Good morning. How cool is that? That is Nash Point in South Wales, not far from Cardiff, on the Glamorgan Heritage Coast, I believe it's called. It's a really cool feature which sort of sticks out, a bit like the Sphinx, but we've just noticed I'm actually with two other photographers, Neil and David. If you watched my other video a couple of weeks ago, David was with me on that trip, with Neil Holman as well. And they're both quite local to the area, or very local to the area. But we're actually talking that there was a massive chunk of the rock which is falling off the side of it, which is a bit of a shame. So it used to have that top part there, if I just try and find it, used to curve round there at the top. It used to stick out a lot more like a head. Bit of a major shame really. There's quite a lot of evidence of rocks falling down the side there as well. Yeah, major shame, but still a really awesome rock formation. It really is cool. So the guys are over there. They got quite excited because they started to see a bit of colour coming from the clouds. It's mega early. We've got about 40 minutes before sunrise, and I'm having a wander around, a bit of a scout, trying to work out if I can find a shot that I like. At the minute, as beautiful as this is, I'm struggling to find something that I think balances with that background, because the sun will rise. We can see the colour coming now. The sun will rise in that direction, so I'm looking for something that's going to lead up nicely to the clouds. Yeah, but I'm struggling at the minute to find a foreground. I struggled like hell this morning finding a shot. I found a few compositions, not far, just within sort of 10 metres of where I'm standing now. And it's all really beautiful. The foreground rock is absolutely perfect. It's a really nice location. But I couldn't find anything that I felt balanced particularly well. I had an idea of a panoramic using all the lines in the foreground pointing out to sea, but then we were banking on the colour coming from beyond the rock. And that hasn't happened. It's about 6:25 now, so it's heartbreaking. I found a composition now I quite like though. Obviously having the Welsh Sphinx in the background, and you see how it reflects there. I've got the camera positioned so that I don't cut out that reflection. Where is it? There, that reflection down there. The wind's picked up a little bit, so I've got a bit of a ripple in the water, so whatever I do, I'm going to have a long exposure to smooth that water out. But the polarizer is cutting through the water really nice and revealing all the detail, all the moss and everything that's in the bottom there. It looks really cool. So I've gone for f8, just focusing on the foreground here. I did try a shot as well, just focusing at infinity, just to see if, with the hyperfocal distance of f8 on a wide angle lens, I'm about 10mm. Am I 10mm still? Oh, I'm about 12mm on the 10-24. Just to see if focused at infinity, if this would be sharp enough in the foreground. It's just over a metre away from me, and it's not quite sharp enough. So what I've done is I've focus stacking. I'm focusing on the foreground just here on the rocks immediately in front of the camera, and then again on the Sphinx looking thing in the background. And I've got a 0.6 grad on as well, just to balance the sky. But the reason for that is because I actually had the grad on thinking that the sky was going to light up and I was going to need that grad. I don't. it's pants. Oh well. It's still a really nice morning, but yeah, nice detail. Really like the contrast. I love everything about the composition and everything. The sky is flat and everything. So yeah, really nice morning though. I love it here, it's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So beautiful. And because of the naffish sky and light and all that, we've got no rush. Probably an hour after sunrise, and we've just been wandering around looking for nice foregrounds that lead up to the Sphinx. And I'm going to call it Nash Point. It's called Nash Point. I'm going to get told off, aren't I, for calling it the Sphinx. It's Nash Point. And we've had a really, really nice morning. It's really nice, relaxing. I love this. It's probably my favourite sort of photography, just wandering around, looking for different foregrounds. Just with Neil, who's gone for another wander. Dave's gone miles away the other side of the beach, so we're going to wander over and try and find him in a minute. But yeah, it's been a challenge though. It's not been easy. Oh yeah, by the way, do you know what my new lens? It's really, really wide, so I'm not like in your face. It's good, isn't it? Because the other one would have been about there. So we got all that, so you can actually see where I am now. But yeah, it's really challenging. I love it. I love it that it's challenging, but I've got a bit of a fear, if I'm honest. And I think it's the fear that's developed my photography, should I say. So every time, it doesn't matter if it's a wedding, an event, landscape photography, street photography, doesn't matter what it is, I'm always actually quite afraid to go out with my camera, because I always believe you're as good as your last job. So if you come back and look at the photographs and they're a bit naff, or you've done something stupid with a filter, or you've had the wrong settings or whatever, or for whatever reason you just don't like the images, I'm always quite afraid of that. And I think looking back at my photography over the last 2 years, it's probably that's made the biggest difference, and that's what's made me improve in any area. Just purely because going back, I'm actually quite terrified of looking at the images, thinking, imagine you've gone on holiday and you come back and you've got some amazing trip, some amazing camping trip or whatever, and you come back and look at the pictures and they're like crap. You imagine how terrifying that is. So yeah, because I'm always looking to try and get better. I'm never content going out and just coming back with the same sort of standard. I want to learn from my mistakes. I want to improve my photography, and I think having that fear is obviously encourages you to be mindful of that, doesn't it? Because you're never going to make the same mistake again. Obviously, leaving the image stabilizer on, that sort of thing, you're going to do that, isn't you? But literally just slowing down bad habits, improving your photography, improving your image skills, improving your composition skills, and things that you pick up on the way. And I'm actually quite, I'm pleased with how my photography is developing. But I've actually noticed I'm more, especially with you guys as well, because I'm filming and talking to you, and I'm looking at these compositions thinking, hang on, if you guys look at these photographs thinking that's not really normal standard, I can't really handle that. So yeah, it's a bit intimidating, because I always want to A, show you good images, and B, build a portfolio of images that are at a certain standard and, you know, getting better. So yeah, that fear of coming back with images that are like, I don't say subpar, but you know what I mean, is definitely improving my photography. I mean, I'm sure anybody who cares about anything is going to be sort of nervous, and you know, it's the same with anything. If you bake cakes, it'd be the same, wouldn't you? You'd care what your customer thought, and you might be really nervous, even though you've been doing it 20 years. I don't know. But yeah, this has been a good example of a really stunning location, and I've actually been quite intimidated by it, because I've found so many amazing foregrounds, and pretty much all of it is stunning. All of it is amazing. There's so much colour, there's so much character. The rocks are just brilliant. But yeah, I found it really difficult. I don't know why. And then obviously that develops in a bit of a fear then. I was thinking, hang on, I'm quite scared to get the camera out here, because in case the photographs are crap in such an amazing place. So I found a few shots here with Nash Point. I'm looking at, as I've been wandering around, I think what's key with my landscape photography, when I look back at the images, there's something that I really like in the image. Obviously you'll have a nice background, nice sky or whatever like that, but there's something in the foreground that you think, actually that's really nice. Not only does it balance, it's got nice detail, but you actually look at it and you actually really like it. So when you've taken the picture, like I've been wandering around these rocks looking for something that jumps out at me, not just like looking for a nice foreground, looking for a nice rock or whatever that leads up to the Nash Point, but something that I actually really like the order of, what actually grabs my attention, some sort of connection with it. And I really like these rocks in the foreground. There's like a really nice shape which holds this sort of gathering of water here, loads of colour in it. I think the photographs I had over the other side, just over there, were a bit monochromatic, a bit flat, and probably, I mean, the light's not good, so they're not going to be very good black and whites, but here with the green in it adds so much vibrance to the image, and I think as soon as I seen this green I was instantly drawn to it, and I thought, well, that's going to be my foreground, because I really like this sort of the way the lines in the rocks all lead up to Nash Point. And yeah, it's really nice. There's a lovely big massive boulder, oddly shaped actually for what's around, which I've used in the bottom left corner. Now I've had to use a wide angle lens. I've tried portrait and I've tried landscape, and at 10 to 12 mil it kind of distorts that a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna be a bit wary about that, so I'm gonna try. I tried some at 14 mil, tried some at 12 mil, tried some at 10 mil. I think it's about 14 mil before you start getting an image that doesn't look too distorted in the corners. Otherwise, there's some lovely colours. The lines, there's some little shells that are all lovely foreground interest. And I've tried a focus stack again, focusing on the point and focusing it on about a metre in the foreground. Yeah, so we've just got the best of both worlds. So Dave here has taken us on a random detour. Where are we? What is it? And what are these grey things in front of us?
Right, we're in Aberthaw.
Aberthaw.
And the power station's to the left of us.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure of the history, but I think these are intakes for the power station. And
water cooling thing.
Something like that.
Okay.
And that out there, I've no idea.
But it looks cool.
But it's to do with these.
Ah, it looks cool, a bit abstract, but it looks, yeah. It's way, what time is it now? It's 9:30, so yeah, the best of the light's gone, but it's still a nice day just to go for a bit of wander, a bit of exploring, take it all in. Very different. Really cool location. That is me done. I can't think of anything else other than breakfast. I'm absolutely starving. Feels like I've been up forever, but it's been really cool this morning, hanging out with Neil and Dave, seeing a few new locations and stuff. Hopefully this will be really cool. With the Milky Way behind it, I'm going to find out where the Milky Way would be. I don't even know if we're south-facing, I don't know where I am. But yeah, it's been really cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you like the photographs. Yeah, I think the recipe, everything was there for a good photograph. A bit flat lighting, but yeah, I think if we get some good shots, especially the colour ones with the nice vibrant sort of moss in the foreground. I think that'd be nice. Seaweed in the foreground, I think that'd be nice. But yeah, let me know if anybody else feels the same way about perhaps putting too much pressure on themselves. And I mean, it's a good thing. You're always going to learn because you care so much, don't you? If you go out and every single time you want to come back and it doesn't have to be an amazing war-winning image, but just to come back with an image that you feel like you've got everything right. Yeah, the light might have been, the conditions might not have been ideal, but at least you've got everything you could do right in camera. And it feels good anyway. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, drop me a message, and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.